It'll be in your.
Hello, listeners. This is the Dream Stream of Consciousness podcast, and I am Yiskah Koock.
And I am Ellen Ronis.
Hello, Ellen.
Hello.
We haven't shared dreams in a little while.
Yeah, been a couple of weeks. It's been a couple of weeks. I will
Yes,
say
it
that.
has.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm thinking you probably have a dream. I also have a dream. So if we get
Great.
to the two, that would be lovely.
Wonderful. I have so many dreams. I'd like to just share two because I think they're
Yeah.
or three even. Like I don't know, they're all sort of
Okay.
connected.
Let's just do you, and then, mine's
Would you like to do yours first?
all right, and then we can just do yours
Sure.
to the end of time.
No, I mean whichever, yeah,
I'm
whichever way
just
suits
kidding.
you.
All right, I would like to just because
Hmm.
a little bit of a conundrum. I had dreamed this and then I had recorded it on my phone and then I remembered it and then I said, "Oh, this must be a dream I never recorded." And then I recorded it again and then I saw that there were two. Like it was something that stayed with me is what I'm trying to say and that
Hmm.
I was thinking about again.
Hmm.
Okay. I am at a tropical vacation spot for 2 weeks. I'm with my sister, and presumably, I write presumably other people are around. And we're 17 hours away. It was like a 17-hour journey. And I decide 2 weeks wasn't long enough to be here. And I think that I am going to change my flight and stay longer. And so I pick up my phone and I go to do that. And that's the dream.
Okay. Does this dream have a title, or what would you title it?
Um, Spanish Fiji,
Okay,
my title.
that's interesting. And we're in Spain, kind of like my dream. Remember that dream that I had recently that was either in Spain or Portugal?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Oh my
Fiji.
God, it must be that same place.
I'll
'Cause
meet you there. I'll meet
I
you there.
believe, meet me there. I believe that we take on each other's images when we do dream
I
work.
so yeah, I think that makes so much sense that we would do
Mhm.
that. So I'm just curious because that number 17 is like that's so specific.
I know, and I didn't remember that the second time I wrote it down. I had to go back to see the first time that I wrote it down.
Okay. So what does that mean to you?
But in
17.
in looking at it, the most, you know, literal form is that it's just that long of a flight. So 17 hours away. So that's why I was saying Fiji. But I also know that I'm looking to live in a Spanish speaking country because I've been learning Spanish since the first of the year.
Hmm.
Like really a lot.
Hmm.
So I know I want to live for an extended period of time in a Spanish speaking country. But this was 17 hours away. So I was thinking more like the Philippines or like Fiji.
Hmm.
I don't really know quite how long it would take to fly there. I think
Right.
it
And
took
but
11 hours to fly from New York to Hawaii,
hmm.
and so I don't know how long it takes to fly to Spain. I imagine less than 7.
So in your mind, it's kind of like really like a practical thing, like it's that many hours to get to somewhere because dreams are not practical, right? So I
Well,
don't know.
good, good. So please,
17, it just I don't know. I don't know what it means, but it's
yeah, what
strange
else? What
to me that
else? Let's
particular number.
explore, what else?
Like 17 years old,
Okay.
17, I don't know, is that a number? Did something happen on the 17th of a month or
Whoa.
2017 or I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a stretch, but
Yeah.
I do find it really interesting that that number is so specific. And maybe it is just like, oh, it's that far away.
Right.
No, because
Right.
17
the most
Far. Where?
practical. Yeah, it was like a distance. So
Yeah.
I think maybe it has more for me to do with though yes, something life-changing happened when I was 17. And yes, and yes, and I could probably find something for each
Right.
of
You can find something
but
rational.
it more felt like just somewhere far away that you don't just go there for 2 weeks
Uh-huh.
so far away.
Mm-hmm.
You go there and you stay, I think.
And so what was the general feeling in the dream?
It
What was the
was
feeling?
just gorgeous and tropical and ocean and like ocean waves and sounds and the smells. Very sensory. It's
Mm-hmm.
like a very sensory, uh, rich place. Uh, and I say, this is something I want to just talk about too, which is I say presumably I'm with other people too. And I really felt like I was me there, and in many of my dreams and in some of yours, I believe, though I might be misremembering, I say I'm with another young woman, and then I
Yeah.
think, well, I'm not a young woman. I'm in my 50s. And in
Uh-huh.
this dream, I didn't have that feeling. Oh, I was with it. Because when I have that dream, when I feel that way, I feel like that's really indicative of my younger self, right?
When you say it like that,
And I
I'm with
say it like that. And I write it right down from my dream like that. Oh, I'm with another young woman.
so, but do you feel like, can you get a sense of how old you were in the dream? Like, I know
and
you,
I think I was me, my age.
you're your age now,
Yes.
but you're within, okay, that's interesting.
I wasn't with young women. I was with
Hmm.
like presumably other people. It wasn't, I don't think it's talking about my younger self. Although, as I said, major things happened when I was 17.
Hmm.
My mom was diagnosed with cancer and
Hmm.
died, and that began, I mean, it's probably both. Both
Yeah.
and
Journey, the beginning of a journey, and you are on a journey, right? So, like, you're
true.
going to this amazing place and maybe Fiji or wherever.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it's like a, yeah, the concept of journey, like, and especially when you say it like that, like that this happened when you were 17 and it began this whole
Yeah.
different journey in your psyche. So, who knows, right? We don't know whether, but
Yeah.
just a thought, just an idea.
It's very deep. I can see like there's that Freud um saying, "Oh, the woman doth protest too much,"
Uh-huh.
which means he hit on something.
Uh-huh,
The feeling
right.
inside, like, oh, I don't think it's about my youth. That's only when I say another young woman. I feel like I'm my age.
Mhm.
So I feel like Freud's saying, you
Yeah.
protest, you doth protest
Protest.
out.
I mean, really, I don't have any attachment to that or even any strong sense of it like that. It was just
Yeah.
kind of like 17. Well, whenever I have like a specific number in my dream
Yeah.
like that, it's like, why did my unconscious pick that
Yeah,
number? Um,
absolutely.
and, it could
Question.
very well just be that practical thing of it's that far away. But, and so you feel like you were your age and had a very sensory, sort of sensual experience.
Mhm.
Um, is there something
Sure.
specific that you want to know about it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Think about
Uh-huh.
that a moment.
Hmm.
I mean, I first want to just say what it did give me is, well, as many of our listeners know, I have multiple sclerosis, and I usually, not usually, I always need a walking aid, and I usually use my rollator. And oh, that's a pretty one, that mug.
Oh, yeah, that was part of the same series as the one I'm sending you.
Sorry, any listeners who are not watching on YouTube. I Before this podcast, I bought a few of Ellen's amazing pottery mugs. And she's just drinking out of another one, and I'm thinking it's quite lovely. We'll
Thank you.
have a merch store here at some point for
We'll have a
people,
pottery salad.
listeners can buy your lovely pottery. So, I don't know now. I've forgotten what my stream of thought
Um,
was.
you were about to possibly think about what you might want to know, what you might want to
Yes,
learn.
I was. Oh, and then I was thinking what it has given me. So my so to finish that thought, it's so because of my limitations, I I don't know if I can, like it seems like I need an entourage to travel with, and I have friends and they're like, oh, we can all go, and that's great. I love it. But in this dream, it's almost like I'm saying to the entourage, no, I'm gonna stay here. It's like, thank you all for like helping me to get here, but now
Mhm.
I'm gonna stay here. And that feels more solitary somehow.
Hmm. Hmm. So, I'm getting a sense of freedom,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
right? I don't, I'm going to put that on you, but that's just what came up
I
for
that's
that
like when
solitude. And I'm
when I
thinking,
hear
wow,
that word, I can put myself right there on that island and be like,
yeah, it's like, okay, thanks, I got this, and I'm free. I'm free to move around on my
don't you? I mean, no, this is how I feel. I would think that one might also feel, others may also feel this way. It's like I love my family and I love my family and I get it that people build big, generations door for door, one generation and the next. And I and I get that. But also, don't you just ever feel like just traveling and vacationing and going to other places in the world?
Absolutely, 100%. Yes, absolutely. We need that. I mean, we can look at that metaphor. We actually, for sure, and metaphorically, right?
Right.
It is like that journey. Really, again, that concept of the journey. It's like we come out of this thing that's holding us,
Yeah.
and then we find that sense of holding in ourselves. Like, how can we hold ourselves?
Yes.
And then it's like, yeah, then we can do that. We don't need them. Doesn't mean we don't love them or want to be
That's right.
connected, or whether it's friends, family, or community or whatever. But it's like, I want to have an experience that is just like my own experience. And
Oh,
I'm free to
wow.
I'm free to come and go. I'm free to go, I feel like going here, I feel like going there, and I can move around. I don't really need their help. And that's cool. And I think we learn so much from a journey,
Yeah.
even when it's hard. Like, I've had so many travels and things that are, oh my God, so much stress and anxiety and et cetera. But ultimately when I come back from it, it's like I feel a little bit changed,
Yeah. I
almost
know.
any journey, kind of, even if it's, yeah,
Even if
any.
it's camping out in Colorado for a couple of nights in the summer.
Yeah, totally. Totally. I mean, that was really, talk about a solo journey. Yeah, that was that was one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, I love
Thank
that,
you.
the feeling of that. I love the feeling of having been brought there by people who love you to support you,
Mhm.
and you're like, I got it from here, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and
like,
then and they were all going to be leaving, as was I. But I was like, no, I think I'll be staying actually.
yeah, you're gonna change that up. That's your prerogative.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And that also reminds me of many a story from my biography, and I don't feel like revisiting that now. Perhaps if we ever touch on it again from the dreams, I will explore that. But right now, I want to get to your dreams
Hmm.
because I feel really good, and that you've given me a lot
Hmm.
to chew on.
Okay, great. Yes, I'd love to hear more about what you're thinking of there.
Mhm.
Yeah, cool. Well, I like that. I'm kind of feeling the vibe of that, that sort of.
I'm feeling it. I'm
Oh,
really feeling it
it's
and
absolutely
hoping.
gorgeous. Yes, gorgeous. And I love that you want to move to a Spanish speaking country, and
Yes,
yeah, I've kind of slacked off on my Spanish, but I feel like, if I pick it up, I'll pick it right back up,
it might be this country. I'm looking into Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto, oh, right. I have to roll my eyes. Puerto Rico, Rico.
I know, not
My,
everybody.
My cat is trying to teach me that with his purring.
Yes, they know how to do that. Yeah, cool. I know someone who's starting a community in, you might know her. Um, where is she? In Belize, I think.
Really?
It's in Belize, and she's like, I don't know if she owns land. I don't know what the story is, but she just moved there,
Oh my God.
and she's like starting this whole little community.
Well, let's talk about this later. I'd like
Like,
to,
so, who knows? I know. I'll send you
maybe I'll
information.
go there.
I might actually know her because I don't know if you know her or not, but
I don't know. We'll talk about it
talk about it later.
later. Catch you later.
All right. Well, and so shall I just dive in
Yes,
here? Uh,
please. Go in order of,
okay, I think I'm just going to read the last two because I feel connected. I mean, I've
okay,
had so many dreams before that which I haven't shared, but
okay.
um, these two are kind of interestingly connected. So this one was the day before last, and then I'll read you last night's second. I'm riding a bike through country suburban, like country slash suburban streets, very hilly with grass and houses close together. I'm looking for my house on Ottawa Drive, which is where I live right now on Ottawa Drive. Um, there was a gray cat riding behind me on the bike. I I keep reaching back to make sure he or she is okay.
Oh, okay.
And the cat reaches its paws around and wraps its paws around my waist and sort of is hugging me to stay on the bike. And we both feel safer with that arrangement. So I know that the cat is safe. I keep turning down streets that I think are my street, but like I know I'm really close, but it's like, oh no, this is Washington Street. That's like the next street over, or this is whatever street that's almost right there, but somehow it's like familiar but not familiar kind of thing. Like, and I know I'm really close to my street. It feels as if there's a male presence in front of me on my handlebars, but I don't see any person or any anybody. And that's the whole dream. The second dream is, oh, I guess this is,
Can we, are they really connected? Because I'd like to do
you
this.
want to look at that one first? Sure. They
Because
are
my
definitely.
darling friend, you've had so many dreams riding a bicycle.
I know. And the
Is,
next one is
is,
I'm
is,
riding a bicycle too.
oh, okay, okay. Well, then let's do them together.
Okay. I'm at someone's house, like a family, like my family or Tim's family, my ex-husband's family. It's like a large mini McMansion, which is what makes me think it's Tim's family because his brother lives in a house like that. And Seamus, my dog who has passed, was is still was is living there, not with me. When he saw me, he ran up to me and leans against me in a dog hug, the way dogs can lean into you, and it's like feels like a hug.
Um,
Then he turns to me and puts his paws on my shoulder and hugged me full body, full front body. And it feels absolutely like heaven. And we stay in this hug for like a long time. It was just so deeply loving. And the next scene of that is that I had to go home and I'm riding a bike through suburban streets, feeling a lot like a larger version of the neighborhood that I grew up in Long Island. I feel free and I have my headphones on. And my purse is on the back of the bike. I come upon a lot of people and realize it was some kind of a festival, and I can't go the route that I know. So I stop and ask this group of middle-aged men who were kind of ignoring me, looking like they were doing like security for the event or something like that. I'm able to interrupt them to ask if that road up there is open, and they say no. So I choose to go through the field, which feels like a little park that used to be behind my house in waking life. Um, and I come up against some little random things like I reach to close my purse and put my head. I stop to close my purse and put my headphones on. And there's this man, a middle-aged, kind of handsome-ish man. And it's like he's flirting with me, but it feels scripted. It feels like it feels almost like those guys back there, that I had talked to had set him up somehow to like play with me a little bit. And it felt awful because I could, it could have been like a really sweet thing that all of a sudden there's this real like nice looking man and we like go, oh, hello, kind of like that. But it wasn't like that. It was like he was kind of going through the motions kind of, and I could tell that he was put up to it, and it just felt so awful. I was so angry and irritated and like sad, and it just felt awful. I felt underloved. This is what I wrote. um yeah, like he was trying to play me somehow as like a fool, that I would fall into the trap of, oh, there's this flirtation. And yeah,
Been there, done that.
on that. Yeah. So the bike theme and the animals, they both had bikes and animals. At
Surrounded by the loving paws of animals, front
least the
and back,
animals loved me. Yeah, so
front and
deeply.
back. Oh
Yeah.
my
Front and
God.
back, like fuck the guys, right?
Yeah,
Can I say that on
I think you can. I Yeah, I do have a clarifying question.
Mhm.
When if it's my dream, when I feel like I'm being played and I get really angry, who am I angry at?
Um, I guess I'm kind of angry at whoever put this guy up to it, and this guy. Like, why would he do that?
So
Why would he
all
agree?
the guys.
All the guys, and it isn't. They're all middle-aged, like men my age, and where it could be like flirty and it could be sort of fun, but it wasn't. The group of guys in the security whom I was trying to get information from about is that road open or not, they were sort of ignoring me. They weren't like, oh hey, how's it go? There was no like friendly or flirtatious connection. And then this guy,
Absolutely.
I think that's just something deep in my unconscious that is
I
not even,
actually am
not
being,
so deep. It's
I
pretty.
don't mean to co-opt
Yeah, go for it.
dream, but in my life, I have had that. Like when I
Hmm.
first got separated, someone was playing me, and I like, thank God I wised up before, you
Hmm.
know, it was awful. It felt awful.
Hmm.
Just, I was so mad. Yeah.
It's it's
So,
such a terrible thing. I don't know that that's ever happened to me. Like it really, it's
yeah.
like people either are interested or they're not interested or whatever. But this was just such a weird play, like a weird play.
Yeah.
Like
And that's so interesting too, because of
what is this guy getting out of it? Is what I want to know. What is he getting out of that to do
right.
to me? This. And yeah, just in waking life, I do feel sort of invisible as a middle-aged woman,
Yeah.
in a place where there aren't a lot of fantastic single men of my age. Um,
No, I get that.
I'm sure that there's something in that. And
Yeah.
yet I think the animal love is like, it's just telling me how I think they both of those dreams made me feel like a yearning for just that depth of kind of like nervous system what do you call that? Like rebooting the nervous system with that kind of deep, loving hug
Yeah.
now that can potentially turn into more. I think that
Go as
there's,
far as to say resuscitating,
yeah,
the
resuscitating,
love of these two animals.
resuscitating my heart.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. My, sensuality, all of that. Yeah. So in
Yeah,
a lot of ways that felt really great. And being on the bike, both instances felt very free.
yeah, and balanced. One of our dream teachers, Jeremy Taylor, always said, "We're on a bicycle. It makes us, it can
Uh-huh.
realize the balance in our lives."
Hmm.
So, here's a question: do you ride a bicycle around?
It's funny, I thought about that. I don't, and I have physical reasons not to because I have some kind of a nerve impingement somewhere that happens when I have my hands on the handlebar. Like sometimes it just happens in other, like if I'm writing or holding a mug or something for
Oh,
too long, something gets pinched. And it makes my hand numb. And riding a bike, literally within like 20 seconds, it will do that. So I just don't ride because it's so uncomfortable, which is too bad.
That's too bad for, waking life, but for dreaming life, that it's not just something from my waking life. Oh, I just have this day residue. I'm always riding my bike around, and yeah, I dream a lot about bikes, but I don't know how, metaphoric it is because I'm always riding my bike around. But in this case, I'm not riding my bike around. So, but not only then would it kind of balance, possibly,
Mm-hmm.
and also freedom, I think, that you were seeing in my dream, I
Hmm.
feel on the bicycle. And
Yeah.
especially if I'm able to, I feel safe on my bike. That
Hmm.
means I know, I've had my hand not work at points, and I was like, and I had on my electric scooter, I had all the equipment moved to the left side because I have to drive it.
Uh-huh.
I know that it must be scary not being able to brake if you're riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
It would be for me.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
So, and then the kitty helps the dreamer. First, when you said there's a cat riding a bike behind me, I didn't realize you said riding on the bike.
Right. It was that
And I
little.
laughed. I pictured a cat riding a bike behind you.
No, it was right. It was right. Like I was taking it with me. And it's funny, the gray cat, the association of the gray cat, I've had cats, but not a gray cat. But an ex-boyfriend of mine had a gray cat that he named Gray Cat. Like, I don't know.
That's the
He
best
just
name
called
I
him
could think
Gray
of for it.
Cat. Yeah. So I don't know why he would be coming up, but somehow it was some connection. I don't know. I don't know if it was a connection to him, but it made me think of him.
But when was that in the dreamer's life?
The boyfriend right before my husband.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
Um,
yeah. Ooh, that
yeah.
clears the slate for me if I'm the dreamer. That
Hmm.
clears the slate.
Hmm.
Lot has happened in my life. A lot of big things. And in a way, I feel like I can collect my self, my balanced self, um, back to a time when I don't know, I'm just spitballing here.
Well, and no, it's great. I like it. And the thing also is because it makes me think of things too.
Yeah,
Both dreams, I'm going home.
right. Yes.
First dream, I'm
Yes,
going to
yes.
Ottawa, which is where I live now, but it wasn't this neighborhood, but it was the name of the street that I live on now. So I was going home. The
Hmm.
second dream was I was just going home. I was
Yeah.
going home through this field that was literally in my backyard growing up in waking life.
Okay. I wanted to
The
ask
field
you.
wasn't much in the dream. It was like larger than life, but it felt like I'm going through that,
Yes.
park and field, kind of
Love
playground area,
it. Love
whatever.
it. I want
Um,
to
so,
also bring it to your attention, dreamer, that you've had a number of dreams where you couldn't find your way home. So
oh,
you asked when the friendlies girls, in their uniforms who were about to go into their house, you even asked them.
oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Cannot believe you remember that. Yes, that's right. That's right. I don't
And
remember, I
and
remember that
even
dream.
when remember riding topless and passing like a Hasidic family and asking them. There was other dreams with like really, I love the themes. I love the repeating themes
Yes.
that in a way it makes me want to look at them together and see what the
Mm,
progression
mm,
is.
hmm. God, I wish I was that organized with my dream journals to do something. But that would be a really cool thing to do, though, by the way, dreamers out there. Uh,
Yes.
like to organize the dreams in categories. I don't even know, like
I,
maybe have,
I've told you, but I'm not even going to go through it again, how I've organized my journals. But go on, please.
Yeah, just, I don't know. I am completely, basically, I'm just every day. It's mixed in with my journaling. It's mixed. I would
Yep.
never be able to find. It would
Well,
be,
one thing you might try to do if you were inclined is when you look through it and you find a dream about bicycle, put a marker in, put
yeah,
a bookmark. And then the more you find, then you could start to look at them together if you're
yeah,
so interested.
yeah. I mean,
You are a navel gazer as I am.
I wasn't doing other things in life and had all the time in the world. I might do
Yeah,
that, but
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yes. But thank you for reminding me. I appreciate you sort of being my
Your
my
dream
file
buddy.
cabinet.
Yeah. I'm your dream
That
buddy.
you remember those things and I don't. I remember some dreams, but
Yeah.
I like yeah, I need to be reminded. But yeah. Um
Oh, is there what would you like to know from these dreams?
I guess I want to know like why were these guys ignoring me? Like what is that aspect of things about for me?
Okay.
I mean
I
I do yeah,
I have a projection about that.
great.
When I am from the dreamer, when I'm riding my bike, the cat's behind me, and I feel there's a male presence, but I don't see anyone. I feel, and I'm balanced. I'm riding my bike. I feel like that's my anima,
Mm,
animus. That's
hmm
my sorry, somebody's really trying to get in touch with me.
mm,
That's my balance.
uh-huh.
And the woman, the cat, the male of me. So I can
Hmm
ride my bicycle. And then the outside males, I don't care for them. And as a matter of fact, I think they're assholes.
hmm
And because they made me feel so bad.
Right.
And you're responsible for I mean, you're responsible for how you respond, and if you respond in a way that's, manipulative and shady, then
hmm
that's someone I don't want to have anything to do with. So, I'm not sure what that's telling me. That maybe right now I just need to find I have the animals for love and, you know, open heartness, and then I have my inner male. Maybe I just need to not be looking outside right now.
mm
Possibly, I don't know.
hmm I mean, that's how I've felt, for so long.
I know, which is why I don't think that's the
Yeah.
right way.
Yeah, like that, I mean, but I actually think in a way it's shedding light on the fact that I'm ready in a way. Like there's a
Oh,
part of,
can't
I'm
go down this
because for
path.
so long I have been sort of looking for my own inner balance and what do I really need from another person and
Oh,
how can I take care of myself, but then also now be in relationship? Like how can I be a full person, the
I love
anima,
that.
the animus and everything in between.
Yeah,
And
everything in between. Yeah, I love it. And I do feel you said self-balance.
hmm
That's what I feel from the first dream, that
hmm
I'm having that. I have my,
Yes, yes. And interestingly, I mean, I don't know if I've made this up, but I kind of have the sense that cats feel feminine. It doesn't matter if it's a male cat, but has a more of a feminine essence in my psyche, and dogs have a more masculine essence in my psyche. Again, I don't know that this is in any symbolism book or whatever.
yeah,
So I don't know, for whatever that's worth, the
yeah.
first dream, like the feminine, kind of hugging me like I got you, or I'm with you, I love you, the feminine, soft
Mhm.
feminine,
I've
and
got your
then that
back.
male energy that's maybe an internal balance, and then the next dream with my dog, which is like my heart,
Oh,
the
like
male, like the
Seamus.
male.
It's not just, I was thinking it's an ex-boyfriend's dog. I don't know why.
Seamus is my dog.
No, I know that.
You know Seamus.
Seamus is your redwood.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Right.
Yeah, okay. So what does that mean then? Seamus, it's male.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my heart.
Mm-hmm.
what is that? What does that mean to
It
have?
almost feels like it was a visitation. Like he came back to, it's weird that he was in the household of what I think might have been Tim's brother's family.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
like
Hmm.
I wasn't sure, but it was one of those big mini McMansions with lots of space and kind
Yeah.
of cold feeling inside, not like warm and fuzzy and whatever. But uh, it had the feeling like it was his family, and I don't really have much connection. I have no connection to them really anymore. But so that's curious to me. But it does feel like it's almost like, yeah, they had taken him for some reason. They were holding on to him or they were taking care of him. I don't know why that was. Like, what did I give
Okay.
him up? But it somehow feels like he was there for me. Like he was just saying, I love you. Like I love you, even if no one
Right.
else does.
No, he's unconditional. He's not even thinking, even if no one else does,
Well,
obviously.
maybe it's just that part of myself. Like if I were
Yeah.
to say the warm-hearted masculine, I don't know, let's just put that label on it.
Supportive. And I want to say supportive of like the opposite of manipulative somehow.
Yes,
That
completely
feels
accepting.
like, because you can manipulate or you can be supportive and hold space
Hmm.
for your
And
loved
just
one.
pure, right? It's just there's a pure energy to
Oh
animals.
yeah.
Pure. It doesn't have,
Loyalty. Dog in
yeah,
passing cards is loyalty.
yeah. Maybe he's helping me to, remind myself to be loyal to myself.
I like
I'm here with you. You got this kind of thing, you know.
told you that.
Hmm?
The kitty told you that. The cat,
Oh yeah.
you got this. I got your back.
You got your back. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah,
um,
this is beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, so then I'm gonna say, because as the Talmud says, dreams follow their interpretation. And if this is so, then I would need to say it's good to see who I don't want to be with. Now I'm balanced and I see who I don't want to be with. So it's not going to be just anyone. I might
Mm,
not meet him at a bar, you know,
yes.
but
Right.
I might meet him at a pottery class or,
Right.
I don't know where. But
Right.
so I feel like that's showing me what I'm not looking for. And so I
Hmm.
can become more clear
Yeah.
with who I
I
am.
like that works in terms of a sort of a practical way
Yeah.
forward with the dream, you know. Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, the masculine and feminine uh balance and in myself. Yeah. And right, not accepting. And I wasn't taking that guy on. I wasn't like,
Yeah.
"Oh, really? Are you into me?" Like, no, I was like, "No, you are something's funky
You're
about
a
this. I'm gonna
player.
I'm gonna
You
keep
can't
going."
fool me. I love it. And so I can really trust my inner knowing.
Yes, and I'm going to
Good
go
sense.
home to myself, home
That's
where
right. Yes. Love it.
cool. Great. Thank
So
you
how
so much.
did you feel when you woke up? Are these different nights or the same
Yeah,
night?
they are different nights. One was last night, one was the night before. How do I feel? Mick, I mean, when I wake up, I don't know. How do I feel? I, when I woke up from this morning's dream, the last scene was that guy sort of feel like he was,
Yeah.
put up to it somehow. And I felt the word that I used was underloved.
Oh, interesting.
Feel just like this is not love. This is not
No,
what I'm looking for.
no,
Like what
no.
the actually, I
What
feel
the
irritated.
actual?
What is the actual fuck? I wrote that I felt I was confused, angry, and irritated. Um, yeah, because I didn't choose it. I didn't. Oh, that's interesting that I wrote that. I don't want to stop. I irritated because I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to like connect with him. I didn't choose this. I didn't choose it. So I don't know. But in a lot of ways within the dream, I felt free. I felt light. I felt like I'm going home. I felt, loved by the animals. And then these guys, were like, I felt irritated by them. And yeah, I guess also when I woke up from both these dreams, I felt like there was meaning to it. So whatever that feeling is, I don't know. Just,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The import.
Yeah, I felt like it had import for sure. Yeah,
Wow.
you're
Thank you
right.
so much. Is there anything else that I might?
No, I think that feels, yeah, that feels good.
Good.
Feels good.
Well, my son, who is our editor,
Uh-huh.
is in Hawaii right now with his wife, who's from Hawaii, for the holidays. So, but he'll be back, and then we will publish this.
Wonderful. Whenever. All good.
So, we want to say to our listeners,
Sweet dreams to all. Happy
um,
holidays, all that.
happy
Good stuff.
holiday.
Yes, peaceful,
Yeah.
peaceful holidays and meaningful dreams.
Amen. Holamod
Mm.
Metukin.